Hello guys and welcome back. It is Michael from Hallowed Thrills back with another video, and today we got another speculation map version 3 for HHN Orlando from HN Nightmares over on Twitter and Instagram. Super interesting stuff coming out from this one. We got new locations, we have new houses that came up on it, and we have scare zones. So let's get right into it. But before we do that, please make sure you are subscribed and have those bell notifications turned on to get notified whenever I post a video. And also make sure you're following me on both Instagram and Twitter. The links are down in the description below so you can get notified on certain breaking news like this before I make a video. Now let's get into Speculation Map version 3 for HHN 2022. So we're going to start at the front of the park. We're going to start at location A all the way through location J and just name each one, and if there's something different about it compared to the last version of the speculation map, I will 100% point that out to you. So starting off with location A is actually different this time. So last time on the speculation map, location A was in the Music Plaza. Now it is at a previous location that it hasn't been at since HHN 27, and that is up at the entrance of Minions. And the last time this was there, like I said, was at HHN 27 for American Horror Story. And the house for this is also different, as last speculation map it was Stranger Things, and now it is Witch. Now from what I've been hearing, this is what was on the last speculation map as Wicked Growth 2. Now it is just Witch, and I am hearing rumblings of it just being based solely on the witches from that house or something around a deeper story behind them, which I would love to see because they were one of my favorite characters in that house. I'm the pretty one, yes! Absolutely loved that part in the house. Hilarious, quoted it every single time. But that is location A, so let's move on to location B. Now I will just mention B moving on through is going to be the same, like so B being Music Plaza, C being Jimmy Fallon, D being the left side of the where Tooth Fairy was, and E being the right side where Icons was last year. So B is the Music Plaza entrance, and B this time around is the Evil Dead. Now this was on the first speculation map, disappeared for the second one, and now is back, and this time in the Music Plaza house, which I'm interested. So that means that it is in a sound stage if this turns out to be true. And like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of this franchise, so I'm interested to see how they go with it. A lot of people are thinking it's going to be the new movie Rise that's coming out, but also with it being the 25th or 20th anniversary of the second movie, they're thinking it might be a compilation of 1 and 2. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm not entirely sure, but from what I'm hearing, Evil Dead looks like it's a lock now. Moving on to our confirmed house, which we already have and we already know, that is Halloween at location C at the Jimmy Fallon entrance. So that's another one that's going to be in a soundstage, which we have yet to hear exactly whether that's confirmed or not, but that's from what I've been hearing where it's going to end up being, is in a soundstage. Now moving on to location D, so like I said, the back left where Tooth Fairy was, and this is El Chupacabra. El Chupacabra has now moved locations yet again. The last map, it did say that it was going to be at Fast and Furious, but now we are in a soundstage, which I love. Once again, this is, El Chupacabra has been high on my list since the very beginning. And the fact that we're now possibly getting in a soundstage, I am just even more getting hyped for it. I can't wait for that to get announced so I can start putting out my hype list for this year, because that's up there right now. Now next door to that is location E, which it's looking like it's going to be Dead Man's Wharf. Yet again, Dead Man's Wharf was on the last speculation map. It's still on this one. From the rumblings I've been hearing through the forums though, people don't seem entirely dead set on it being Dead Man's Wharf. They think it's something similar related to that, but not exactly based on the scare zone from 26. I guess we'll have to see when it happens, when it gets announced, but as of right now, that's what the speculation is from HN Nightmares, that it is Dead Man's Wharf. Next up, we move to location F, and F is at the Fast and Furious location. F, Fast and Furious. Makes sense. And this is now the Horrors of Blumhouse 3. And that includes the Black Phone and Freaky. I'm starting to feel this one. I like the two properties that are including in this one. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with the Black Phone, because from the trailers we have of it, it's looking like it's gonna be based around one general room. But we'll have to see, because you know what they did with Exorcist, so we know that they can do stuff with a one room house. But I'm really interested to see if they can do better than the last two Blumhouses that we've had at the event. Next up, we have location G. Location G, we're going all the way back to the Sprung tents, as Men in Black tent has been officially removed from the map. And also, since the tent is not up at this very point in time, it is almost a lock that we are not getting that location this year. So location G is our first Sprung tent where Wicked Growth was last year. And this time around, the current speculation is our Bug House. We still have no idea what the name of it is. It is still Bug House. From what the speculation and what I've been hearing from the forums, it's looking like that it is going to be more of like a 50s kind of horror style bug house, not like huge bugs in relation to like human size, but like huge as in like bigger than the average bug. And I'm interested to see how that will play out, or if those rumors and speculation are actually true when the house eventually gets announced. But next up, we have the very next Sprung tent location, and this is a bit of a downgrade from where this type of house initially was when it first came, and that is Seeds of Extinction 2. I loved the first Seeds of Extinction in 2018 for HHN 28. That was one of my favorite houses that year. I would marathon that house, the crap out of that house. I absolutely loved the characters in that house, and the fact that I could not directly point out, oh, a scare actor's there, because they were so well camouflaged, that made that house even better for me. I'm super excited if that ends up panning out, that we get a second rendition of Seeds of Extinction, because I'm interested to see what the plants have been up to since the last time we saw them. But now we are at location I, which is our second announced house, and that is Universal Monsters Legends Collide. And this is currently being speculated to be at the new parade building, similar to where Universal Monsters was at 29, which I loved that location for Universal Monsters. That location worked out so well for that house, and I'm interested to see how they're gonna put the whole story there. I'm interested to see the facade. Everything about that house interests me, and like I've said time and time again, I am team mummy all the way. I want my mummy. I'm like just super excited for that house. But our last spot here, location J, the old parade building, and yes, everybody, it's still on the map. Ladies and gentlemen, The Weeknd. And at this point, with it being its third time around on the map without being removed, I can almost guarantee you The Weeknd is coming to HHN this year. And I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. All you gatekeepers, all you other people that are, ooh, boo-hoo, The Weeknd isn't a horror property, get over yourselves. It's coming, you're gonna love it, and then you're gonna be eating your words come the end of the event's run. Just watch. Just watch. I'm on that side of the fence. If you're not on that side of the fence, well, you can still watch. You can still hang around. I still love you, but come on. Get with the program here. But that is it with the houses. And like I did say at the beginning of this video, we have scare zones being speculated finally for this version of the map. And like I've been hearing, there was a lot of talk about them being based around Halloween, like the traditional Halloween. So with it being the 31st event, it makes sense, and which is what we are seeing on this map. In our first location, the Plaza of the Stars, which is between Minions and what was Shrek, we have a location that's currently being a zone that's currently being called Traditional Halloween. Not much to go off of there. I doubt these are going to be the final names. But moving on, now back to New York, we have a zone as of right now that is being called Candy Mutants. I don't know. It interests me. Candy Mutants, what could it be? No idea. That's pretty much what it's going to be for a lot of these scare zones. Just giving you that right now, because a lot of them are just a vague descriptor of what it could possibly be. But there are a few on here that I have some things to say about, and I think this next one is one I'll be talking about a little bit. Location M for the next scare zone in San Francisco, and this one is Treeks and Foons. Oh yeah, give me that foam right in that area of San Francisco. I feel like that area, if Treeks and Foons were to come back to the event with all the foam, that area right there is perfect for it. You don't need sets, you don't need all of this, you don't need all that. You just need the Treeks and Foons walking around, and you need that foam. That is all you need in that area, which is perfect for that area because it's so congested if you put set pieces there. So I feel like that's going to work out amazing in that area if it does come to the event. And the fact that I didn't get to see it when it came over to Islands of Adventure, but I did see them last year and loved them last year, I really hope this ends up being true. Our next location in the Central Park area is another one I'm going to be talking about a little bit. We have Scarecrow. This was the same as the last map, so I hope that Scarecrow, or in some form, comes to the Central Park area and they put the pumpkins back in the trees, because Scarecrow in that area would work perfectly. You'd have set pieces on behind the fences of scarecrows just hanging there, and then they could jump off the stands and get and scare you. That would be so awesome. I have an endless possibilities of what that zone could do in that area. And as of what I'm hearing right now with these, what I'm thinking is just these zones from what the scripters would just fit so well in the areas that they're being rumored to. But our last and final zone being in Hollywood is vampires. And you may be thinking, Michael, vampires. We've seen vampires in a zone before. Where have we seen vampires in a zone before? Well, Vamp 55, Vamp 85. Could we be getting another vamp zone in Hollywood? We saw the vamps last year. We saw Vamp 55 and Vamp 85 characters in the Eddie's Lights Camera Action zone. Maybe we're going to see another Vamp zone. And to be honest, it could be future, it could be 95, 99, it could be anything, and I would be excited for it because the Vamp zones are so good as far as just people watching zones. They're just amazing, and the soundtracks in them are phenomenal. I'm over the moon that they could possibly be coming back, or if we just get a classic vampire zone. Either way, I'd be excited for it. And that location is normally so good with set design. But now we move on to the shows. Nothing changed really as far as the shows. We do have one new change with it. Marathon of Mayhem, still in the same spot, still coming. No surprise there. But it's looking like we might see the Fuel Girls back at Halloween Horror Nights this year, as Halloween Nightmare Fuel, the sequel, is looking like it is going to be back in the Fear Factor stage due to the fact that Fear Factor's construction is not happening right now, so put another show in there. I'm here for it. I enjoyed the show the one time that I did see it last year, and I'd be interested to see what they can do again, especially after not being like shoved into the event at the last second. I'm interested to see what they do when they get a whole year of prep. But that is it. That is everything we have new with this map. I will talk about a couple more things that did change that are no longer on the map. So Underground Creatures, no longer on the map. Wicked Growth, like I said, no longer on the map, but is now Witch. Stranger Things, gone. We've been telling you people, it probably wasn't going to happen. Would have loved to see Stranger Things 4 because it was so great. But it's not happening. Sorry, people. But other than that, it's the event at this point. I'm going to say it right now. what you're looking at is what the event will most likely look like. The names might change at this point, but as far as locations and what the houses are pretty much finalized at this point. I'm calling it right now. But I am super excited for this event. This event looks so good compared to last year. Last year was great. It was a very fan service heavy event. But from what I'm seeing from this event, I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. I'm super excited for it. And if you guys are too, please make sure you drop a like and also comment down below. Out of this map, what do you think of it? What do you like the changes? What would you have liked to see instead? I'd love to hear your opinions down below. But as always, I'm Michael. This has been Hallowed Thrills, and I'll see you guys next time.